Welcome back to the podcast, Burn Nation. It's Morgan, and today I'm going to talk to you about digital fitness. So, as you guys have probably seen, the digital fitness industry has continued to grow, right? It's nothing new. It's always been there for as long as we've had the capacity to be in a digital space. But what is Burn Bootcamp doing about that? So, I want to talk a little bit about what we've done and where we want to be. So, if you think about where have we been, we have a YouTube channel that we've had really since the creation of Burn Bootcamp back in 2012. So if you really dig pretty far in that YouTube channel, you're going to see some interesting videos, to say the least, of Devin and I back in the day filming workouts in our living room in our apartment in Uptown Charlotte with a video camera on a tripod. You know, and you saw our living room furniture in the background. So I'll have to dig one of those episodes up so you can really see that from day one, Burn Bootcamp has been in the digital fitness space, right? We've always said that we need to make sure that we're serving our members and meeting them where they're at. So how do we create content for them for when they are on the road, or when they're homesick with their kids, or when their busy schedules just didn't allow them to get to a camp that day? Because we serve women. We are a company that is all about empowering women and their families. And so if we really look at who our consumer is, a mom, a woman, a busy woman that has multiple things on her plate, that most of the time fitness comes last, right? Taking care of themselves do come last. So I think digital fitness is a way to fill in that gap if they cannot get to an actual brick and mortar. So from day one, Burn Bootcamp has always been creating digital content. It's gone on our Facebook pages, it's gone on our YouTube channels. And then obviously fast forward to the pandemic, 2020, we really had to fast forward our presence in the digital space because we had to close down every single brick and mortar. So we were only digital. And at that time we had a headquarter live every day at 9 o'clock, Monday through Friday. And then we also had our gyms running Zoom workouts and their own version of the live so they could reach their community. And that never went away. You know, it was something that really accelerated the digital space. But what we really truly believe in is that you cannot just have one or the other, right? We believe that if you want to position yourself well in the industry for sustainability and being able to reach everybody, you have to have a presence online in that digital space, but also not forgetting the importance of that human connection and that real-time brick and mortar business. And to me, I've obviously been able to experience both digital and in-gym as it relates to Burn Bootcamp, and I always think our in-gym experience is superior to our digital only because I like being around people. I like having that trainer right there in my face, you know, being able to push me or correct my form. But that's not to say that we are not gonna not focus on that digital space. So we have some exciting things coming down the pipeline with Burn Bootcamp. And you know, if I really look at why are we staying digital and why are we investing in digital, it's because if we go back to our mission of serving as many people as we can, really every life we touch, that includes people that cannot make it to a Burn Bootcamp, whether that's because they don't live in an area where there's a Burn Bootcamp, or they don't live in a town that would support a Burn Bootcamp, or maybe the membership price is not something that they are able to afford at this time in their life. We still want to be able to serve that person because we believe that our fitness product and the community and the culture that Burn Bootcamp brings into people's lives has a positive impact and a lasting change on how they live their life day to day. And so to not be able to share that to as many people as we can, to me feels like we would be doing the world a disservice. So that is why we will stay in the fitness or in the digital space, but also not keep our focus off of that brick and mortar and what that experience looks like in person, and how we can get better and better and better at that, because the landscape is very competitive. There's a lot of different brands out there. There's a lot of gyms out there, and people can choose to go wherever they want to go. And so leaning into what we're really, really good at and the community and the culture and the best fitness product on the planet Earth, that's what we have. But also making sure that we're reaching those people like I talked about in that digital space, but also offering our brick and mortar members more, right? So you come to Burn Bootcamp for a 45-minute workout, and maybe you need some extra help on stretching. Maybe you need some meditation. Maybe you need some ideas on what to cook and all the content, right, that helps you live a healthy lifestyle. We want to still be able to provide that, and we can do that through the digital space with serving our members with videos and content. That's why we have this podcast, right? So you can listen to it as much as you feel like you need to give you that inspiration or give you a couple tips on how to parent better or how to, reach your goals or how to eat healthy on the road, a wide variety of things that people are just looking for more and more resources. So one way for us to fill that gap is through that digital space, through videos, through podcasts, through that interaction with members and non-members in the world. So Burn isn't going anywhere from the digital space. I think it's an important space for people to be into because that is just where the world is going. As we all know, most of us have a technology right at our fingertips. Whether we are at home, whether we're traveling, there's always that access to be able to consume something and be able to, push play for a 20-minute workout while you're traveling and get those endorphins running and feel good and feel like you're not going off track when you maybe don't have that day-to-day routine like you do back home getting into the gym. So it's important to be in both spaces, and we're excited to be able to serve people in both of those spaces, and I'm just very excited to show you guys what is coming down the pipeline later this year. All right, Burn Nation, well, make sure you subscribe. Make sure that if you haven't, please review our podcast. Devin and I and all of our guests love to hear how we are serving you, how we're making your life better through this space of podcasting. So we would appreciate that. But we're going to end like we always do. 2 claps on 2. 1, 2.